Alright, so this is a video to continue on the video that I made yesterday, and that was basically the focus was on the Vatican, and I made a diagram here that shows the timeline and where I am focusing, and the Vatican is the middle right there. So that is where I am focusing right now, and in the timeline of the whole conspiracy, because you can there's so many different parts and so many different events and so many different groups that are involved in it that you have to and in so many different time periods that you have to focus on one section at a time and learn about that section and that group and the events that took place at that time, to really get a clear understanding of the whole picture. And I'm beginning at the Vatican. So this is a flow chart, a money and power flow chart of what the Vatican has going on. And basically the Vatican is at the top, and it goes down to the Vatican Bank, because the Vatican has a bank, and that is also another corruption point is the economy. So all the banks are corrupt, and so the Vatican Bank would definitely be a main point of corruption. And basically the family that is in charge of the banks, and in each one of these points can be dove into very deeply, because it goes as deep as you want to go. But basically the families that are in charge of the banks are the Rothschilds, and they're in the reason for they are also tied in with the Federal Reserve. And that's basically a criminal enterprise that we have been underneath, and that is going to be known, and that can be delved into deeper as well, which I will get into that. But the Rothschilds there, it goes down to the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve has control of all the central banks, and then basically their agenda is to take out Iran, Cuba, North Korea, and all of these nations. They have agendas to take out, and they obviously do that with the military-industrial complex and the CIA and all that, which make up the deep state, which can be seen their connection with the deep state right there. So you can see they're connected with the deep state. And so then there's another main player involved in the control is George Soros, and basically he is involved with starting all the fear and activism, like the Antifa, the cops versus the people, the blacks versus the whites, just all of that hate and fear and all of that. He is behind starting all of that, which can be seen has to do with the narrative control, which means they show that on mainstream news to show the people of the nation basically these things that are going on with the activism for a narrative control, and that comes through the mainstream media, and that's a very significant source of mind control is the mainstream media, and basically the families have control of that, and George Soros and the Rothschilds are both connected with control of the mainstream media, which has to do with the control of everybody. And so basically, the mainstream media is also connected to social media, which is connected to Saudi Arabia. And basically, from Saudi Arabia, Citibank is tied in with Saudi Arabia, and the Podestas are tied in with Saudi Arabia because of the child trafficking and the human, the Pizzagate. All that has to do with the Podesta Group and Saudi Arabia, and Podestas are tied in with Saudi Arabia. And Saudi Arabia is also tied in with Harvard, and Harvard is tied in with the Muslim Association in Harvard, who is tied in with Obama coming in, definitely as a part of the agenda to get political control of the United States, which they got when Obama was in office. And basically, you can see the political control is tied in with Congress, so they get control of Congress and the senators in Congress that are tied in with the Podesta Group and the Pizzagate scandal, that are tied in with Saudi Arabia and the human trafficking and the all of that. Basically is also tied in. You can see that Saudi Arabia connection with the Clinton Foundation and the Bush Foundation right here, which is a main source of the cabal, and basically they are the reason for everything, the war in Iraq and the attack on 9/11, because of the cabal's agenda to stop the National Economic and Security Reformation Act from being instilled on America, to reform the nation into a republic, which is now what Trump is doing. Because if Hillary Clinton was in office right now, basically we would be experiencing a different timeline, and things would not be going the way they are, and they're going in the way because Trump is involved with the deep state takedown. So all of this he is in knowledge of, and he is basically, this information is only able to be put together because of the intel that was raided from the CIA headquarters in Langley, when the Marines raided the headquarters in Langley. This information was obviously able to be put together, and the connections be made to be able to take down the deep state completely, which is what Donald Trump is definitely involved in right now. So the Clinton Foundation and George Bush are definitely tied in with the deep state and the CIA, and that can be looked into even deeper. But that's also tied in with the military complex and just control of everything. And basically, that is a flow chart of just the Vatican's part in the whole thing, which is just one section on the whole map of what QAnon has put out. And I'm obviously going to be talking in sections, but I'm hitting the Vatican right now, and basically, this is all going to be very important to be understood, because this is what has been going on secretly for ages, and basically it is becoming very apparent now that it is about to be revealed, what is actually happening, because as you can see, Donald Trump has, when he was even running for president, he repeatedly said he was going to put Hillary in jail for what he knew about her, and now that's coming out, and obviously there are things going on where senators and politicians and high-ranking Hollywood members and just everybody's going down right now. The CEOs of all the corporations, all the top corporations, Google, just there's a list of them. They're all resigning, and there's elite bankers, committing suicide because they know about how the whole entire Federal Reserve is not even real, and pretty much everything's about to completely go down because it's based on nothing. So that is why Donald Trump's involved with different like the China and because he always says China, but he's involved with these other nations and getting the gold standard back and reinstilling that with the National Economic and Reformation Security Act, which was passed on March 9th in 2000, which basically that was put to a stop from getting instilled by the cabal, and that was with 9/11, and that basically sent us into a war with Iraq for no apparent reason at all, where there was countless deaths that were unnecessary, and I definitely had a chance to be a part of that as a Marine, and got to see just the unnecessary ness of it. So I definitely can attest to how unnecessary war is, which is part of their agenda, is to create war. And that would the Clintons and the Bushes and those people and those the cabal members, they create war, and they create debt and poverty because that's the system that they call the gray men is ran by the Federal Reserve, and it can be seen that it destroys wherever it goes, and so that's just that. But basically, it is coming down to where I know my purpose is to understand this whole entire conspiracy, every event, every person, every time, and be able to connect everything together, so that the whole picture can be understood, because it's about to come out in a way where there's about to be a lot of things that were not known to the public, and that's gonna change everything. So I'm definitely fulfilling my mission and getting this out, because the next thing I have to talk about with the Vatican are the popes and the pedophiles, which is definitely is not a fun thing to talk about, because just talking about pedophilia it brings up anger and frustration, but it's a truth, and there's that going on in the Vatican, and that's what I will be going over in the next video. So I have to hit all the points, and I'm obviously staying on one thing at a time, and I have to get through everything I have to get through. So I will definitely through that, and then I'll get through some other stuff next time. So this is number 2.